I'm starting to believe my girlfriend is secretly trying to get me fired from every job I get. I'm 24 and my girlfriend, Janice, is 29 and I've been with her for 2.5 years. I just finished my education when we started dating and I have been doing all sorts of jobs since. Sometimes two at a time. I did this to expand my resume and gather job experience. I worked in cafes, bookstores, a library, a grocery store, and as an English tutor. Most of those jobs lasted about 3 to 5 months. My shortest stay was 2.5 weeks, my longest 8 months. But since I didn't have a hard time applying for new positions, I tried to block it out, though it was kind of eating me up internally. People called to complain about me. People left bad reviews about me. People used my employee Wi-Fi access to look up sketchy things on the internet under my name. Former employees called to inform them about me and much more subtle stuff that I couldn't disprove. But I was too anxious to do anything about it. I just told my girlfriend. She comforted me. She supported me every time I got my life ruined by these people. But I kept going, though they kept finding me. Fast forward to this week. I currently hold a part-time position at a bakery. I've been working there for 2.5 months. It's going okay, but my manager approached me about something regarding our Google reviews. Someone was complaining about an employee, and their description of them could only really fit me. It was on a day where we're pretty short of staff, so I could have been the only person in the store on that day for all I know. Anyway, their review contained some pretty elaborate and nasty comments about me. This has happened on 1 or 2 of my jobs already. I told my manager that it was all pretty bogus and that someone had a vendetta against me, as it has happened before. She believed me and told me that she'll dismiss the comment. On my break, I checked out the review myself. Their username was kind of stupid. I'm not going to type it out here since I still work there, but I'll just call them Mick Myrtle, as it was in the same range of sounds kind of fake, but not really. Anyway, I come home, but don't tell Janice about it. She has heard it all before, so I didn't see the point in complaining about another time I almost lost my position. We chat, all is well, and she leaves the room. Her phone is on the table, and suddenly, she gets a notification or an email of some sort from Google. I don't remember what it said exactly, but the pop-up read something along the lines of Mick Myrtle. Manager has responded to your review. My heart dropped. I've been trying to ignore it since. This was 2 days ago. It just fit in the picture of bad reviews. It fit in the picture of the phone complaints my workplaces have received about me in the past. It fits in the picture of all the sketchy things I've been fired for. Why would she do that, though? I'm looking for an explanation. This literally can't be. She's the only thing keeping me sane. I don't know what to do. Best comments. Please, for the love of God, do not stay with that woman. She is sick. Who the hell does that to someone they love? Someone insecure and twisted enough to try to destroy their partner's self-esteem to make the partner dependent on them. I'd say don't even confront her with any evidence and just straight up leave her. If you're living together, find a way to leave immediately. Don't give her any insight on why you left, and don't look back. If she's really the one messing with me, she must have my login details to my email, since she would have gotten the employee Wi-Fi access that way. So I'm certain she has access to a lot more than I might be thinking of in the moment. Probably all my social media. I don't know if she can read my messages there or not. This Reddit account is luckily not connected to any email, so I hope she won't find this. I don't know how much she knows and doesn't know about my life. I'm scared and I feel disgusted. Does your girlfriend earn more money than you? This is intense and you need to get out. This is abuse and you'll never get anywhere with her doing this. But I do suggest you talk to her. Ask her straight out, but be prepared for the worst. She has a very stable position and a pretty good job, so yes, she does earn more money than me. Update number 1, 20 days after the first post. I'm sorry for not updating you guys earlier. First of all, yes, we broke up. That's why I'll be referring to her as my ex from now on. Anyway, let's start from the beginning. On the Monday of the following week, I couldn't take the uncertainty anymore. I told my ex I needed her booking account to book a train ticket to visit my dad for a few days. She complied, and when she was in the shower getting ready for work, I booked my ticket and started looking through her emails. After some digging, I found an email to herself which contained a spreadsheet file. I sent the file to myself, printed it out, and took a screenshot. Why? The spreadsheet contained about every single information about me that there was. Numbers, emails, passwords, work times, colleagues, their numbers and social medias, as well as some emails and passwords that she used for accounts to ruin my life with. Everything was on there, conveniently sorted for her to ruin my life as efficiently as possible. When she left for work, I decided it would be best to immediately pack my stuff. Nothing that mattered would be left behind. I felt like a wanted man, like I was being hunted despite nothing being seemingly out of place. I called my boss, told her I would be taking some time off from work, and headed out to see my dad. Needless to say, he was the sanity I needed. He handled it like a champ. He called the police, a lawyer, and most recently a therapist for me, because I was in the most horrible state of my entire life. We're currently sorting out the legal stuff. I haven't talked to my ex, except for letting her know it was over and that she's a sick psychopath. My dad handled the rest. I changed all my passwords, and I'm now looking for a place to live. Sorry for the brief update. My mind is tangled. Best comments. Bro, that's so nuts. Why are people so goddamn twisted? I am just glad you are safe. Thank God for good family. Now you can pursue the success you are entitled to through your hard work. Curious, did Ms. Psycho have any sort of excuse or explanation for her diabolical behavior? She did, but I have yet to check the abundance of messages she left for me. I don't know if I ever will. That is totally understandable. I imagine it's a bunch of delusional self-serving horseshit. She needs help, like professional help. Update number 2, 738 days after the last update. We ended up not taking her to court over it. This is quite controversial, considering the abhorrent things she's done to me, but I do not regret this decision. The satisfaction of seeing her get punished would have been overshadowed by the sheer amount of dread, anxiety, and fear I would have faced in those court hearings. I was a nervous mess. I couldn't eat for weeks without throwing up. My dad had to settle most of the important stuff because I physically couldn't. On the bright side, our lawyers settled the situation beautifully in private, and I haven't had any problems with her since that I am aware of. I've moved houses, got a stable job, and found the closure and justice I was looking for through therapy. I hope she did as well. We've had zero contact since then, and I still haven't read any of the messages she sent me those years ago. Of course, I'm nowhere near done with my journey. I still have all of my social media accounts set to private and insist on keeping a low profile online. I still get anxiety, especially when there's problems at work. But I haven't had any panic attacks in months, and my therapist has been great. I don't know how she's doing, and I don't know if she's moved on. I don't know how much she knows about how my life is currently going, but nothing's happened since then that I could attribute to her schemes. Sorry if this update is kind of a jumbled mess. I just woke up and I've repressed a lot of what happened. Thank you all for your kind messages. Cheers. Best comments. The F was she thinking? What was her explanation? I need closure here. It's not uncommon for abusers to do things like this. The point is to make him reliant on her, lower his self-esteem, and isolate him from others. All of these have a common underlying goal, to make it so he doesn't feel like he can leave her. I've heard of things like this being called savior complex and white knight syndrome. Often the perp is more in love with the idea of saving their partner than them as a person. His ex took it to a whole other level though. Sounds like malignant narcissism too. They suck people in, make them dependent, place themselves in the role of the only one who is there for you, while simultaneously destroying their lives.